Okay, in your textbook, that is in the mole concept, one more law is given. That law is Avogadro's law. Also, this Avogadro's law, you have to mug it up because this question also carries 2 marks, and you have to write, you have to define in your exam. Avogadro's law actually क्या बोल रहा है? ये बोल रहा है कि under same condition of temperature और pressure अगर रहता है तो equal volume of gases will contains same number of molecules. That is, suppose if I say one volume, 1 liter of hydrogen, if 1 liter of hydrogen contains n molecules, then 1 liter of oxygen will also contain n molecules. That means 1 liter of any gas will contain the same n number of molecules. So this is what we have understood from this. Next, one more term is there that we say is RAM. RAM means relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass means you have to find out RAM is equals to mass of one atom whole divided with 1/12 mass of one atom of carbon 12. One more term you have to understand, that is RAM. So what is RAM? RAM is relative atomic mass. So the relative atomic mass is nothing but what we can get from here is the mass of one atom of an element, mass of one atom of an element by 1/12 of one atom of carbon 12. So this is what we say is RAM. And suppose if this relative atomic mass has been measured in gram, then it would have been gram atomic mass. Similarly, we also get the relative molecular mass, that is RMM. It is very simple. If you know this, then easily you can define this. Relative molecular mass is mass of one molecule of substance whole divided by whatever it is written here. You can go with this. So now I am going to write the definition of Avogadro's law. You must know. One more thing is that what is Avogadro's number? We know that Avogadro's number, and also you must have a mole concept. Mole is a basic unit of a substance. So I'm going to write down the definition of this, and then we are going to find out the different terms as well. Also, we know that if 1 mole, if they ask you that 1 mole of an atom, so 1 mole of an atom means it consists of 6.023 into 10 to the power of 3 atoms of that element. If they ask you 1 mole of, suppose 1 mole of a molecule, that means it contains 6.023 into 23 6.023 into the power of 23 molecules of that substance. So in this way we can find out the moles, and in this way we can calculate the different thing. So I'll get you with an example. Like if they ask you, as I said, what is mole? Mole is a basic unit of the substance right now, and I'll write the definitions as well. So suppose what is mole, and if they ask you a mole of an atom, so a mole of an atom can be calculated as 6.023 into 10 to the power of 3 atoms of. Okay, next if they ask you what is 1 mole of a molecule, if they ask you 1 mole of one molecule, that means what? It is also equals to 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Now one more question is that, let me show you with an example. That is, suppose they have given you carbon dioxide, that is CO2. We know that carbon we have 12, oxygen 16, so 16 into 2 is 32, and 32 plus 12 is 44. So we have 44 as a mass. Now in this question, so carbon dioxide is a molecule, they ask you how many molecules are there. So 1 mole of carbon dioxide consists of 44 gram molecular mass, will have 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Now from this, one more concept we can get it. That is, concept number 1 is how many atoms of carbon is here. So number of carbon atom is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 is the number of carbon atoms. What is the number of oxygen atoms here? The number of oxygen atoms here, since here it is 2, so write here 2 into 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. In this way we are going to solve it out. Now I am going to write down a few definition. Try to understand that definition of mole as well as Avogadro's law. Just keep it in your mind. Such type of question also come in exam. I'll show you with one more example of how to solve the problem on this basis. Thank you. Okay. Now you have to know this Avogadro's law. Please try to by heart this. Avogadro's law says that, I have just explained you, under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases contain the same number of molecules. And also remember, this is a very important thing to remember, the main. And the main point is, of course you have to remember this point very clearly for doing your numerical problems. Try to remember this. What does it here written here? Written here is 1 mole of any substance weighs, उसका वजन कितना होता है, is gram molecular weight of that substance occupies 22.4 liters and it should be at STP, will contain 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Okay, and in terms of, if this question is in terms of atoms, then you can write atoms as well. So now let us go with one numerical problem. One numerical question is based on this Avogadro's number as well as in mole concept. The question is given here, the weight of the substance if its molecular weight is 70 gram. Here the molecular weight is given 70 gram. And in the gaseous form, it occupies 10 liters at 27 degrees Celsius and 700 millimeter of pressure. See here it is given as 27 degrees Celsius. We have to change it to Kelvin. That means we have to add to 73. Then we get 300 Kelvin from here. Now at STP, first we have to find it out that how much volume does it occupies at STP. So we know that here initial pressure P1 is equals to V1 is equals to T1. Here pressure is given as 700 millimeter. Volume is given as 10 liter. And temperature is given as 300. Means that 27 is given here. We are going to add it plus 273 K. So we are getting 300. Similarly, now this side we are getting pressure 2 at STP. We are finding it at STP. Means 760 millimeter of Hg at volume. We don't know how much it is. We'll make this a question mark. Temperature T2 is equals to 273 K. So by the relation P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2, we can find out the volume of V2. we have to write down the relation P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. Here we have to find out the V2. So T2 comes over this side, P2 comes down. So V2 is equals to P1 V1. What is P1? P1 is 700 millimeter. So we are writing 700. V1 10 liter into 10. T1 300 K. We are writing 300. T2 comes here, gets multiplied. T2 is 273. Write down here 273. P2 is 760. So write down here 760, which is equals to V2. So we get cut over here. Three ones are 3. 391s are. Okay. So what we are getting is 7 into 91 by 76 is equals to V2. V2, it is in liters, so this much liters at STB we are getting. Now we have the relation from the mole concept, that in the question it was given that 70 molecular weight was 70 gram. So 70 gram can hold 22.4 liters. We know that one. Just now I have shown you that equation. So 1 liter will consist 70 by 22.4. Clear? So this much gram will be there for 1 liter. So we are having how many liters? We are having this much liters. So total V2 will be equals to this much into this. That is 7 into 91 by 76 into 70 by 22.4. Clear? Now if you take a point from here, multiply by 10, no more point comes over here. Now what we are going to do is, if we do the simplification, what we get? 7 tens are 70, 7 threes are 21, 7 twos are 14. Next, we get 216, 2 fives, 2 eights are 16, 2 fives. So ultimately we are getting 7 into 91. V2 is equals to 7 into 91 into 5 and 5 is 25 whole divided by 76 into 8. Now you have to do this simplification. What we get is, so on simplification we get V2 is equals to near about 26.18 gram. If you have any doubts related to this part of the topic in your stoichiometry, you can just comment in the comment box. Next will be in another video. Thank you.